What's happening, everybody? It is, what day is it today? It's Saturday. Hey, it's time for another episode of Selling Past Your Expiration Date, being thrifty over 50. I'm one half of JPEG. I'm Jay.
I'm Peg, and it is October 1st. Can you believe it?
Rabbits, rabbits.
I know. My goodness.
All right.
How's
So, look.
everybody-
Go ahead, Ma. Go ahead.
Just check. I just wonder how everybody's doing out there. I hope they have a lot of acronyms for us today.
Yeah, and before we get into it, so today we're going to talk about acronyms. We're going to talk about, and not just acronyms, a lot of acronyms, but some computer terms that you may have heard many, many times and not understood. So we're going to make sure you understand them, because I can totally see how people will go through conversations and be like, yeah, because Mom does it all the time. And then I'm like, hey, what am I talking about? And she's like, I don't know.
And we got a doozy for you later. I still can't stop laughing. I just made my son.
Say what? Yeah, we'll tell the doozy in a few minutes once everybody gets here and joins us today. But I will keep an eye on the chat. And I've got a long list of terms that we're going to go through today. And so if you've got a term, like if you're listening to this conversation and you also you're like, oh, what does that mean? Then, throw it out there. I will be more than happy to answer if I know it. Actually, Mom sent me a few that I had never used. And I'm like, I don't know what that is, but I'll look it up. And now I can see how I use it. Yeah,
it's things that my friends will say to me with messaging. So I don't answer them because I don't know what they are.
You have Google, right?
I know, but I never take the time.
So you better just be like, I'm not in the conversation. I'm out.
I can still answer without them, not knowing that I don't know what they're saying.
Yeah, and here's what they're doing, Ma. Bang head. Peg's responses don't match up to what we said.
Oh, look, I'm not the only one out there. I'm sure there's got to be other seniors doing the same thing.
All right, right below Mom here, I'm going to have the term typed out while we're talking about it, just so you can always know what we're talking about. So if you happen to space out and forget, it'll be right below there. So we're going to do computer terms first. So, Ma, what's ISP?
Haven't a clue.
Sound it out.
ISP.
Yeah, thanks. ISP is the shortened version of Internet Service Provider. So whoever you have your internet through. So, for instance, I have mine through Cox.com, Cox Communication. So my ISP is Cox. Okay. No one ever says, who's your ISP? It's whoever you pay your monthly bill to for your internet.
And now that you say that, I have heard that before, but didn't realize what it was.
All right, see?
Okay. Internet service. I have a rinky-dink one out here called Suddenlink. It's horrible.
I got tuned down my 125. Let's try that. Oops. No, I have too many letters. Okay. IP address. What's your IP address, Ma?
I don't know.
All right. So we're not going to talk about how to find it. That is very easily Googleable. But your IP address, every computer in the world has an address. So like you have an address for your home. Like I grew up, we lived at 12264 Bean Road. That was our street address. The IP address is the street address for your computer. Each computer is individual. So if you happen to get suspended from eBay or Amazon and thinking you're just going to sneak back on under a new account, they read the IP address. That will not happen. So it's easily found. If you Google it, it's easy to find. Sometimes you need it. If you're ever having somebody do remote work on your computer, sometimes you have to give them your IP address. Okay.
Isn't a bunch of long numbers and maybe some letters in there?
It's numbers with a couple dots in between, like 4 digits, a dot, 4 digits, a dot, 4 digits.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So I have to, how would I find mine?
Google how to find your IP address.
Okay. All right.
It's real, like on the Mac, it's super easy. It's under system preferences, very easy.
Okay. All right.
All right. So the next thing we're talking about is modem. I know this sounds very simple, but let's do it this way. Tell me the difference, Ma, between your modem and your router.
I know I have a modem. I know I have a modem back here.
Yeah, you got a router too, so
I don't know.
All right, tell me what the modem does.
Oh, the modem is this little black box here.
What's it do though?
Well, it makes my connection to my Wi-Fi.
No, that's your router actually.
Well, the router does that.
The modem is what brings in the internet to your house.
Oh, okay.
And then your router is your Wi-Fi that sends it out so you can use it around your house.
Okay, so the router does the Wi-Fi.
Two different things, and I think a lot of people don't realize they're two different things.
Well, right, because when I've had problems, and then they ask me, they ask me about my modem and my router, and I can't even answer them, because I don't know. Now I do.
There you go. Okay. All right, so the next one we're going to do is, see if you've ever seen this term before.
I've seen that.
Plug and play. Anyone in the chat know what plug and play means? Pug. I forgot the L. Plug and play. What do you think it means, Ma?
I'm thinking here.
The chat is awful quiet.
Plug in and play?
So anything that you plug into your computer nowadays is pretty much plug and play. That means you plug it in and it just goes to work. Now, in the old days, you would have to download software and do all kinds of bullshit, and it would take forever. And there you go, plug and play right away. So the new Apple computers are so thin, they don't even have a disk drive. So I can't put a CD or a DVD in. So I had to buy an external DVD drive, and I plugged it in and it worked right out the gates. I didn't have to go tell the computer what DVD drive it was. I didn't have to put any software in, just plug and play. So everything nowadays, if you're on a modern computer, and what I mean is you're not on like a Commodore 64, everything is pretty much plug and play nowadays.
I think I got it, because in the old days you had to go and find whatever you were plugging in to make them compatible. Is that how it kind of worked back a while ago? Yeah. Okay.
Now this one should be fairly easy, but I always ask people, like when they're doing a show with us, I'm like, you got a webcam? They're like, I don't know.
I got one. My camera right there.
Yeah. So now most are built in. I have one that is plug and play, but what you're looking for is that little round thing right there on the top of your computer. That would be your camera. So that would be your webcam. So the webcam can be either internal, built in, or external, like the one I have connected to the top. So the one I have connected to the top is a lot better. It's a high def camera. You could definitely see a lot more definition of my hand than you could if I switched to the other camera. So most computers nowadays, you're ready to go. Your webcam's built in, you're ready to go. But if you want to do a show where you're going to be on for a while, like this show or Thrifty Business, a better camera is probably in your near future, Ma.
Oh, well, okay. And if I get this new camera, I have to plug into my computer then?
Yes, so it'll be a plug and play webcam. See how this all works together?
Okay, cool.
All right, next we got USB.
So that's a USB cord?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know what it stands for.
Tell me about it.
I don't know.
I feel like what's her face in Greece. Tell me about it, stud.
Yeah. It's a cord that connects your phone to your computer, or
so that's the USB cord and would fit into the USB slot. And typically it's the thing that charges your phone and anything. My plug and play DVD player is plugged into the USB slot in the back. So USB is a majority of computers. USB is a way to connect things and or majority of things you charge. I think everything you charge. So whether it's your iPhone or Android phone or iPad or just generic tablet, there's going to be some kind of USB plug-in.
Okay, so it's kind of generic for whatever fits your equipment, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I actually bought one yesterday.
So Sweet Pea has a question. Does the iPad camera reverse option work too? I'm not exactly sure what you meant by that question. So if you could elaborate, I will check back in the chat here in a second.
Okay.
All right. Thumb drive or flash drive, I think are basically the same.
Yeah.
So again, we're plugging into the USB, but we have all our information on this little thumb drive here. So if you need to take information to go with you, you just plug in, download it to the drive, and then
I would not know how to do that. How do I know how to do that? If I plug it in, how do I download?
When you're going to save something, you go save as, and you choose where you want it to go. And so when this is plugged in, you will see it as one of the options.
Okay. That I know I would need a little work on.
Does the iPad camera reverse option work too for webcam? Oh, yeah. You can use your iPad as a webcam. Yeah. I think that's what you're asking. Absolutely. But I got to tell you, these kind of things will probably be, unless you're moving secrets in espionage, these things will be a thing of the past because, and I didn't have this written down, but everything's in the cloud. So let's talk about the cloud.
Okay.
That's where my wife goes, I don't understand the cloud. All right.
You told me before, and I still don't get it.
So, Microsoft Office. Microsoft Office is Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Well, instead of using a product you have to pay for, I use Google Docs. And Google Docs has all the same stuff. They have their version of Word, their version of Excel, their version of PowerPoint. But it's free, and it's in the cloud. So that means it is not physically anywhere. I cannot pick it up and hold it. It is in Google. So no matter if I'm sitting at my desk here in Henderson, Nevada, or if I'm on vacation in Maui, sitting on my lanai looking out over the ocean on my laptop, I can log in to my documents through Google because it's just in their cloud.
Okay.
You understand?
Kind of. You stop there and you reach for it and it's there. I mean, it's there.
Yeah. So you don't have to physically, echo. You don't have to physically move things back and forth.
Okay.
Same with Apple products. All right, I'm plugging my headphone.
All right. I so far I'm okay. So far.
All right. Well, let me see if. Holy cow! It's horrible. Talk for a sec.
Okay. When we get to some of these other terms, Jason's going to be banging his head forever when he told me to do something. And I got the giggles so bad I couldn't even talk.
All right. I'm still hearing the echo. Plug yours in, Mom.
Plug mine in? All right.
Yeah.
Bummer.
All right, so the cloud, get back to the cloud. All Apple products be hooked together. So I have an iPhone, an iPad, Apple computers. So when I take a picture through using the cloud, all pictures show up on every device I have. So if I take a picture with my phone, 2 seconds later, I can grab it on my computer. I can grab it from my iPad. So that's how you use the cloud. Everything will be cloud. Can you hear me, Mom?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Perfect. All echo is gone. So
okay.
There we go. So that's the cloud. So the cloud's making everything much easier. You don't have to physically really have much on your computer or your phone because you can just grab the things you're working on.
Oh, okay. So in other words, that's why they don't have the hard drive things that much anymore. Is that why? Kind of?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So where was I?
USB.
Okay, here's one.
Cloud. Okay.
Here's one we had an issue with the other day with you.
Oh my God. This was horrifying for me. Horrifying. Jason told me to open up a new browser. I did not know where in the hell to go.
All right. So if you are having an issue, a lot of times it'll happen on eBay. It could happen on other websites. It could happen on Amazon, InkFrog, whatever you use online. If you're having this issue where it mainly it's like eBay, like, oh, my labels won't print. And so the first thing always to do is switch browsers because eBay might be having a hiccup with whatever browser you're using. So I always use Chrome. Now, the browser is not the device. Get to the internet. So there's a few browsers. There's Chrome, there's Firefox, there's Safari. Think of it as like cars. In my driveway, I have an Infiniti and a Armada. I can drive the Armada or I can drive the Infiniti. So I can drive onto the internet with Chrome or with Firefox. But when I'm on Chrome and my labels won't print, the first thing I do is I hop over to Firefox or Safari. So I have you always got to have more than one browser because if one of your browsers takes a crap, because everyone uses a browser they like, but if your browser takes a crap, you got to still do your work. So you got to have another option in your computer.
Okay. But I didn't know how to do that. That's where Mom had the problem. Remember, I said, I don't. How do I get to a new browser? What do I do? What were my steps?
Well, on Apple products, you open up Safari.
Yeah. Where do I do it? Where I remember now because I had to go to the little magnifying glass, right? Isn't that what I did?
Right. Well, that was, although fun, that was not what I had in mind. Although awesomeness. I'll just share this one. Okay, cool.
Okay.
So there's my new tattoo. P.S.
Oh my goodness.
So it's not showing what I want to show. Okay. So on Apple, the icon for Safari is a compass dial. So just like and the icon for Chrome is a round circle with red, yellow, and green, and a little blue circle in the middle. So to open up Chrome, you click on that. To open up Safari, you click on the other one.
On the compass dial.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's browsers.
Okay.
Now this one everyone should know. I got to imagine there isn't a person that has figured out how to get on YouTube and watch us who doesn't know what an app is. I got to imagine that.
That one I know.
Now, apps are not just on mobile devices. They kind of started there, but there are apps for your computer. Apps. There's like I have Apple TV, which is a way to watch TV, and there are apps on my Apple TV. So that's where we're headed to the future. Everything's in the cloud and everything's apps. So I mean, just to give you an example. Let me find a better screen. Okay, so here's the apps on my iPad. So right here, the app for Google Maps is right there. So that's the app. So I use Google Maps as my app to find out where I'm going. So there I am. The other apps would be eBay's an app. Words with Friends. Those are all apps. Apps make your life simple. So somebody, we rented a party bus for Chicago. Ecom Chicago coming up a couple of weeks. And somebody's like, well, I'll have to pay later when I get home. I'm like, you don't have PayPal on your phone? And she's like, oh, no. I go, well, download the PayPal app. It's super duper easy. And boom, she paid just like that.
Yeah.
Apps make your life easier. Use them.
Hey, I have to say this, though, because I had downloaded on my last trip to Birmingham, I downloaded my boarding pass onto my phone. Well, that sucker would not open up. It just circled and circled and circled, and I could not get the...
Then you didn't download it to your phone.
Well, I don't know.
So what airline did you fly?
There. When did I fly? Last week?
What airline? I know when you were gone. You're my mother.
American Airlines.
I think American works the same way as Southwest. What happens is you should have put it in your wallet in your iPhone.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
Or you take a screenshot, because if you can't connect to the internet and bring the pass to show up, if you've already taken the screenshot.
Yeah, I did not do the screenshot.
We'll talk about that when we
another time.
We'll save that for when we do the episode that we couldn't do when my computer died.
Okay,
when we're
that would be good.
Okay, icon is simply the little things you click on your desk. So I mean, the desktop of your computer. So I mean, icon's basically the picture of the app.
Yeah.
So those are all icons. Yes, they are apps, but the little picture is the icon. All right, what's this, Mom?
Well, that's another cord, isn't it? URL?
No.
No, not that one.
Not even close. Not even close.
Oh, then I don't know.
The URL is the address at the top of the website you're on.
Oh, yeah.
So the URL for eBay is www.ebay.com. The URL for my store would be www.ebay.com/store/TikiPugMusic. That's the URL.
Oh my goodness.
So if someone says, hey, what's a URL on a computer, it's a little tougher on the phone, but on a computer, just look to the top of the screen and you will see the URL. And here, I can do it this way. So right here, I'm going to highlight it now. That's the URL. Whoops.
Okay.
So the URL for this show right now is youtube.com/watch?v. It doesn't matter what it is, but that's the URL.
That's what it is. Okay.
All right.
That's good.
Everybody with us so far. The chat has been the quietest chat I've ever seen. Yeah. I know you guys are probably learning and listening, but Are you getting it? Are you like, oh, our light bulb's going off? That's what I'm hoping for today.
Right. I hope we're all understanding what he's covering so far. Oh, this took me a long time to learn, everybody. I want you to know.
You still can't do it right, and it's been.
I still have trouble.
Years.
But I'm much better than I used to be. Much better.
So copy and paste. A lot of times you're copy and pasting URLs and other stuff. So you are copying some information, and with a mouse, you're going to right click, so the right button, and then you're going to go someplace else and paste it. So you could be copying something from a website and pasting it into a document you're writing. You could be copying here's a lot of times when you would use it in the Facebook world. So if you're in the thrifting board, and if not, why not? Come join us. It's our Facebook group. If you want to share a link to something you just sold and you want to share to the group, a bolo, be on the lookout. Hey, look how awesome. You go and you copy and you paste. So, hey, let's might as well do it live on the air, shall we?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Real good idea.
All right, so hang on. Let me sign in real quick here.
Okay.
Pop it into the group. So let me find something. All right, so let's get this up here. Let me find a good order. All right.
Whoops. Hold it. Okay.
There we go. Here's a prime example. Okay, so I'll do a quick little demonstration.
Yeah, that helps.
I think that's the screen I want to share. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I sold 15 cassettes the other day for $44. And so I want to share that with the group. So I'm going to come up here to the top where the address bar is, the URL, if you will.
Okay.
And I'm going to highlight the whole thing, and I'm going to right click. Now, on a Mac computer, right click means push both fingers down. So when that does, the shortcut menu pops up. We're going to click copy. We are now going to go to the Facebook group, and we'll go to the thrifting board, and I'm going to let everyone know that they better still be looking for cassettes. So now I'm going to click right where it says write something. I'm going to push my 2 fingers down again, and now paste is an option. So I'm going to paste the URL right there.
Make it look so easy. I guess it is.
It is.
It is. I know.
Are you looking at the cassettes? If not, you are leaving money on the table. And then click post. So there I have copied and pasted the URL into there. And there is a weird glitch right now with Facebook. It should have brought up the picture of the page, but I can't fix. But that is copying and pasting.
Okay. That was good.
All right. Susanna wants to know when we'll discuss what we are here for. We've been doing it for 23 minutes, Susanna. What do you want to discuss? All right.
Did you think it was a different topic?
I don't know, but I'm all ears. I am all ears, Susanna. All right. I would hope everyone knows what this is.
Cropping pictures?
Yep.
Okay.
What's that mean, Ma?
I don't know what the letters stand for.
No.
You mean what?
It's not an acronym. It's a word.
Where's
my block of wood?
Now, wait a minute. It could be an acronym because there's a lot out there that could be. So, cropping my pictures when I'm taking my pictures and, how do I explain it?
All right. So the crop is if you want to edit your pictures so you don't see the whole thing. So here's a cute picture of Stacy and this new tiki. If I wanted to just show just Stacy's head and the tiki's head, I will click and drag a little square around what I want, and then I'll click crop, and it'll get rid of the rest of the stuff around it. It's cropped right to what I want. When I close it, it'll ask me if I want to save changes, and I absolutely do. And so now instead of seeing the whole thing of her standing next to the tiki, when I reopen it, wow, that was weird. It disappeared.
Oh my goodness.
Like it went poof.
It went into the cloud.
No, yes. I mean, I went to open it and it said, you can't open this. And then it went poof. Bye-bye.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, let's try again. I'm not sure what happened there. That was weird. All right. Say I want to just crop out my beautiful head and the valet stand.
Okay.
So we're going to click crop. We're going to close it and say yes to the changes. There we go. So now instead of seeing the whole thing, all you're seeing is my beautiful face in the valet stand. So that is cropping.
Cool.
So Susanna said she thought, Susanna, it must be first time here. So welcome. She said she thought it was older people selling. Yes, here's my mother. She's way older.
Way older.
She is 73. So this is your first time here. Every week we do a different topic. This week's topic is discussing terms for computers and for cell phones and stuff that you may not know. Second half of the show, Mom's going to show her scores for the week and talk about why they're scores. And then each week, Mom and Dad go garage sailing and they show what they found that's going to be future scores.
Yeah, that's always
the show helps everybody.
Yeah, basically, Susanna, if this is your first show, we try and pick a topic every week to help us seniors, basically. But I guess we're helping some younger people as well, especially with the things that I don't know well. I'm still learning, even though I've been selling on eBay for a few years now. I'm still learning. I get by with what I know, but sure is good to know more.
All right, and then we got two more on the computer. Then we'll go into the acronyms for what you do on your phone. And the first one is hashtag. Explain a hashtag to me, Mom.
All I know is I see people do this all the time. Hashtag and then a word. How it works, I haven't a clue.
Okay.
So, they want the hashtag and the word means if you go to that, you will see what people are posting.
Yes. Oh, I sure hope my wife's watching because she still don't get it. Yes, you got it. Okay, so on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, Mom and I follow each other. So she'll see exactly what I'm doing because she follows me. But if I want to go to a broader discussion about a certain topic, I don't follow the entire world, but you can have discussions with people who are not in circle. All right.
Which I've never done. I haven't done that at all.
So I will show you two examples. So here's my Twitter account. And one thing is it'll show you what's trending right now. So apparently today is National Coffee Day. So if we, I get it. All right. National Coffee Day was Wednesday. All right. Well, National Coffee Day was Wednesday. All right. Happy October. Does she know how to get to the hashtag? Yeah, we'll get to them. We'll get to them. So if you click on the hashtag National Coffee Day, this is every person who in their tweet typed the term hashtag, which is the pound symbol, National Coffee Day. So now you can see all these other people who are talking about National Coffee Day, and maybe you'll end up following somebody new. Maybe you'll end up finding out something cool about your favorite Starbucks brand that you didn't know was happening. It's just a way to have a discussion. Where it really comes into handy is when a national emergency or tragedy or triumph happens. People take to social media and chat about it. So obviously the day of the Super Bowl, whoever wins, it'll be hashtag Broncos win. And that way you can essentially converse with Broncos fans all over the world that I haven't even know each other or follow each other.
So, okay. Where do you type that in? Hashtag.
Okay. Well, over here, I was looking at what was trending. So I just clicked on one. But up here, and I'll show you what I learned today, you just type it in the search. So I'm at hashtag Tiki Bar.
Okay.
But these are all people who have hashtag Tiki Bar. Yeah. Okay, cool. And so when I was looking at this at breakfast this morning, let me see if I can find the exact tweet I found. So, and this could be anybody that has put hashtag Tiki Bar is coming up on my list now. So where this comes in handy is if you're trying to sell something and you put the link on Twitter, say you're trying to sell this vintage coconut mug, if you hashtag things that people might be searching, like hashtag Tiki Mug, hashtag Tiki Bar, hashtag Tiki Room, hashtag Hawaiian, they might find your item and like, oh, I need to buy that. But the person who buys it is not in your circle of friends.
But where do you put that, Jason, for the search? Where do I go?
Right at the top. See the little magnifying glass?
Oh, the magnifying glass. Okay, got it.
And that's on anything. There's always a magnifying glass anywhere. Yeah, so what I found, and I'm not finding it right this second, what I found out was, because I looked at hashtag Tiki Bar earlier this morning, there's a brand new Tiki Bar coming to Montreal next year. And I got friends there. So I look forward to going to visit and check out the new tiki bar.
Very nice. Oh yeah, that floating one. I love that one.
Yep. So that's how hashtags work.
Okay. All right. Well, that's another one.
And they work the same way on Facebook. So I did when I posted my new tattoo today, I did a bunch of hashtags, and my tattoo was done at Dirk Verman's tattoo parlor, which is, where's my post? There we go. Which is Pussycat Tattoo. So if I click on the hashtag, anytime Pussycat Tattoo has been typed, see, here's Dirk's post from the other day because he did that tattoo yesterday. And so every time Pussycat Tattoo comes up, I'll see it.
Mm-hmm.
So if I want to see other posts, like here's some other cool tattoos that Dirk did at his studio, this is a quick way for me to see other art by Dirk. So maybe Dirk's not your tattoo artist, you want him to be your tattoo artist. This would be a quick way to check his work.
Got it. I think I'll get that middle tattoo on the top next time.
Now, somebody's asking about Windows 10. I am a Mac user through and through. So I unfortunately cannot help you with Windows 10 because I don't know about it and I don't care about it. I'm sorry. All we use is apples around here. So
yeah, you talked to me.
Hashtag now. The last one.
Oh dear.
Is the name of us on our show, and she goes, "What's a JPEG?" I'm like, "We're called JPEG."
No, that's not what I said. I know, but that's not what I said. I didn't know what the initials stood for.
Well, I didn't either, so I had to look it up. So JPEG, and I'll tell you what it is in a minute if you don't know. It stands for Joint Photographic Experts Group. It's the company that made the JPEGs. So essentially, any any picture you take on your phone, the extension is JPEG. It's just a way to let devices know it's a picture. There are other ways to make pictures. There's a TIFF and a couple others. But for the most part, you're always going to be dealing in JPEGs. If you copy a picture off the internet to use someplace, that'll be a JPEG. So it's just an extension that means photograph.
Right. But I threw that in there because when I saw the initials, I said, well, I know what they are, but I didn't know what the letters stood for.
All right. So Sweet Pea has a question. If I do it hashtag, should I start a separate Twitter account? I'm not exactly sure what you mean. Hashtag is something you put in your tweets or you put in your Facebook post or you Instagram, especially people who are on Instagram like to look at pictures. So if you click on hashtag Tiki Bar on Instagram, it'll show you all the pictures that have been tagged Tiki Bars. I'll
have to play with that because I haven't tried to do any of that yet. So
but that's how you get followers too.
Yeah.
If you start interacting with people who do the things like you do, you'll start to get followers and that builds your network. And then when you're trying to sell something, you have way more people maybe who can buy it from you.
Okay. That's cool.
All right. So we're going to switch real quick and we're just going to run through these because they're pretty simple. These are things you would see in texting or on posts online mainly. So here we go. What's that stand for, Mom?
That one. Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, so Sweet Pea says, so I can advertise my eBay using Twitter. No, you don't need a separate Twitter. You want all your followers in one place. So don't be having multiple Twitter accounts. Just one Twitter account is all you need. All right. OMG is oh my God. What's that one, Ma?
Well, what the? Mm-hmm.
Come on, Ma, say it.
No.
My mom won't say fuck. All right. What's this one?
Oh, I can't. I had it and it went. Talk to you later. No.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So essentially these will be, so instead of typing out, hey, I'll talk to you later, TTYL gets it done. Instead of typing out, oh my God, OMG gets it done. And the reason this started, back in the day, texts were only 160 characters.
Oh, right. That's right.
You could type longer, but as soon as it hit 160, it would send it and it would go on the next one. So people had to start thinking about how to type shorter. So when texting first started, people were typing like you used to write, full sentences, paragraphs. It's got to be quick nowadays. So Sweet Pea says, should I start and eat one from an eBay account because my friends don't get it? Don't worry if they don't get it. They don't have to look at every one of your posts. I mean, I'm sure I have friends who saw my tattoo post today who don't like tattoos. Don't worry about that. But also, don't bombard people. If you want to use Twitter to sell your items, that's cool. Do not list 50 items in one day on Twitter. Everyone will hate you. Use it sparingly and only put cool stuff up there.
Okay.
Okay. Whoops. You
want me to answer that?
Yeah.
Ta-ta for now.
Yeah, ta-ta for now. Same with talk to you later.
Okay.
And then this one you didn't know, but it's pretty easy.
B. No, what's the BB for? For now, I got that. I would assume.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Oh, bye-bye. Good Lord.
So talk to you later. Bye-bye for now. They're all the same thing. They basically mean see ya.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, we all know this one.
Yeah, and you can use that the two ways, right? Either laughing out loud or lots of love, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is it frozen?
Uh-oh. Oop. There you are.
Yeah.
Still frozen? A bummer.
Oh, no, it's only frozen on my one computer. Okay, cool. It's still working. I just can't see it working. Okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
All right, so laugh out loud.
Huh?
All right, here's one.
Outpatient, I haven't a clue.
Outpatient, yep. Yeah, because often you text outpatient.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know OP.
Original poster. So on Facebook, if you're responding to the person who posted and not the person who just said something above you, you're talking to the OP, the original poster.
Okay, that one I never heard of. Okay. Got to go?
Good to go, yep.
All right. Just guessed on that one. Oh, wait, that's oh, I know that one. I can't think of it. Because I see it a lot. I don't know. I can't pull it out.
Rolling on the floor laughing like we're gonna tell the story of what you did earlier, and our whole audience will roll on the floor laughing.
Hey, they're gonna have a good laugh for the day if they haven't had one yet.
That one's pretty easy.
What does that say? L8R?
Yeah, say it
later,
out loud.
Later. Okay,
Yeah,
later. Okay, later. Cute. I don't know that one.
Great minds think alike. So essentially, if you're texting your friend back and forth and you guys write the same thing at the same time, usually it's followed by one of you typing GMTA. Great minds think alike.
That's cute. I like that one. Well, Val said that one. Laughing my ass off.
Yay. Oops. How about that one?
I don't know.
This one's used quite a bit.
Oh, I don't know that one. SMH. I don't know.
Hey, Bearded Picker, we're going to get to the word bump in a second.
Does anybody...
Head.
What does it say?
Shaking my head. So when someone does something just like, what an idiot, you're like, so instead of doing this, like,
okay, so shaking my head. Okay,
now
I've never seen that one.
This one actually does double duty because it's funny because Stacey and I talked about this one, and she had one, and I had a different one.
Oh, well,
so this means
see ya.
Bye-bye. But it also means cover your ass. So, say for instance, if you sell on eBay, all communication should be done through eBay. If a customer or a seller starts communicating with you through just email, CYA, cover your ass and go back to communicating through eBay.
Right. Well, double meaning on that one. Okay.
Yep.
I don't know that.
Come on, that's like one of the most common ones. Be right back.
No, I don't know that.
So say you're texting a friend and you guys have been texting for a while and you got to run and go poop real quick. You're like, be right back. Because they'll be like, where'd you go?
Okay.
Where'd you go?
Be right back. Yeah, that's it. No, I didn't know that one, honey, at all. You see, because I'm mostly conversing with seniors, we don't know these things. Oh, I don't know that either.
Don't do anything stupid.
Oh, okay. Oh, I had that last in, first out.
Yeah. So, for instance, when I go to a concert, I'm the last one in because I know exactly what time it starts, and I know every exit door, so I'm the first one out. Last in, first out.
Okay.
All right. So that we've covered it.
Yeah.
Cool. I hope you guys got a lot out of that. Those are like just a lot of the common terms you'll see on both computers and texting, and not just texting, but also people will type these things in posts on Facebook and Twitter and everything else.
Right.
So let's talk about one more term that, although Mom and I have had the discussion about 1,000 times, she still does not understand.
I don't.
Bump.
I don't get it.
All right, so let me share the Facebook page.
I don't quite understand how. I don't get it. You have to try me again on this one.
Okay, so how do Facebook groups work, Mommy?
What do you mean, how do they work? I mean, are you saying...
What makes a post the top post to see?
Well, whatever you start, whatever you write.
No, say you're just hopping in to read the group.
Okay.
What determines what post comes up first?
Whatever was written last.
You got it. So bump is just a way to move it up to the top. And like if you posted something and asked for help and nobody gave you any help and it's fallen way down in the list and it's like the 100th post in the group, you just type bump and it puts it back to the top.
It automatically puts it up to the top?
If you type anything, it puts it all up to the top. Bump is just kind of the universal term.
You're right. That's right. Of course. Of course it does.
What I do at the end of every night is I go through the Facebook group. Here's a prime example. Even though Chuck only did this 7 minutes ago.
Okay.
Say Chuck did this 7 hours ago and no one had helped him. I would just write this, bump for help. Meaning, I'm just going to help him out, throw it back to the top, and then maybe somebody will see who didn't see it
as soon as I got it now. So as soon as you hit your enter button, it goes to the top.
Right. So before we did that, the top post was these plates. But if we refresh now, the top post is going to be Chuck's post.
Got it. Oh, I understand it better.
You got it now? That's what bump means.
Yes. Oh, I got it. I got it. I think seeing that visual really helped. Made a difference.
All right.
Yeah. So anytime someone says bump, it takes that post and puts it back at the top.
Yeah. So it doesn't even have to say bump. It could be just an exclamation point. It could be a space.
That's true.
If you put a space, it puts an invisible character in there. So it doesn't matter what it is, but bump's kind of the universal term.
Okay. Hey, Jason, going back to the acronyms, should we have covered like NWT, the NWO?
No, because No. That's about listed on eBay. But I'm glad you brought that up, Mom, because I'm glad you brought that up because I meant to have this ready and I don't have it ready. So let me get it ready real quick.
All right. Okay.
Okay. So let's go back to the group real quick. We have an acronyms file in the group, and this way, of course, Google works, but we already have it listed out for you. So it's a little easier on the computer, but at the top you'll see files. So click on the files. And if you've not been in our files, man, we got some seriously awesome files. It tells you everything. But if you scroll down just a little bit here, there is our acronyms file.
Yeah.
So a lot of things we talked about and many others will be right here. So if you don't know what BOLO means or AZ or DC or Telcon, EUC, that's in the file. Really easy to look at. And I highly recommend everyone go check out the files, read all the files, but the acronyms files, it'll help you. Because some people don't like to ask. They're like, I don't know what BOLO means. I'm just going to be quiet.
Yeah.
But don't forget, Google works. I'm just shocked that people won't Google sometimes. People would rather wait for someone to answer than you can find most everything on Google. I
know. You've pushed me, and I've done better, but I know I can still do even better. It's not
all right.
It could be. Okay.
So
where are we at?
It is time. Look, you got any other questions? Feel free to hit me up on Facebook or in the group. We're happy to help you. For those of you who are new, we separate what we talk about to Mom's scores and hauls with one segment. We have one segment in the show, and it's called Mama's Boy.
Oh my goodness.
I bring up an old picture of myself back when I had hair and no facial hair. But what time of year is it, Mom?
Well, it's fall, Halloween time, pumpkin time.
And what else? What's happening around the country this couple weeks here?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you lost
Homecoming.
Me. Oh, homecoming. Oh, God, yes, homecoming. Oh, Lord.
So this would be 1987 homecoming. I was a junior. Be prepared for fun.
Oh. Let me see.
Look how short my jacket was. Look how hidden half my date's face was.
Oh, Lord. I love the hairdo on the girl.
So that was Jen. Shoot, I forget Jen's last name. She lived in Mentor.
Oh, that's a good one, Jace.
Yep.
I like it.
And you can't really tell, but speaking of bolos, I'm wearing a Western bolo. It was a rattlesnake wrapped around a leather bolo band. So I was, if you know the term ducky, from Pretty in Pink. That was kind of my version of Ducky a little bit there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Digging it.
Yeah, put this to sleep now. So there's your little baby.
Yeah, speaking of homecoming, let's see, for Mom, it was, let's see, what is this, 56 years ago, your mother was crowned homecoming queen.
Yes, have you ever seen the movie Grease? That's my parents.
Oh, to a T, everybody, to a T.
To a T. Dad had the Lucky Strikes roll up in his sleeve. Mom was a big goody two-shoes.
Yep.
Dad was a greaser. You guys should sue for money.
We should. They copied our life story.
All right, let's see your scores for the week. Mom, scores of the week.
All right. We're starting with, what do you got?
Oh, there we go.
Okay, we went to this estate sale back at the beginning of summer, and we're kicking ourselves for not buying more. This gentleman, they had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shirts that this man had, and they were all, some were still new in the package, which we have sold everyone but one, and some were fresh back from the cleaners. Everything was clean and, ready to go. And this was a Ralph Lauren shirt. All the shirts were $1. I took what I thought I could carry out, but now we're kicking ourselves because they have sold so well, that we should have bought more. But yeah, Ralph Lauren still sells, you guys. Use shirts. They're always good. Always good. Okay, and the reason I bought the wallpaper, Nadine got me onto this, Jace. She talked about it once on the show, and she says, be on the lookout for wallpaper borders because they do sell. And this particular one sold for full price. I paid $0.25 a roll, so 75 cents. And we showed the picture. We did an unroll one, and so they could see the repeat pattern. Those who know wallpaper, and they sold. It just still blows my mind what sells on eBay. Everything. In fact, this past few weeks we have sold so many different kinds of things. Had this listed, paid $2 on the barn, and sold it for $30. Fisher Price Vintage sells well, everybody. Be on the lookout for those. They don't pay too much. Don't go over $3 to $5 on the items, but they still are selling very well. Any of the ones from the 60s and 70s and 80s. So, look for those always at your garage sales. Okay, I'd like to tell a little story here. I told Jason, I got a message from a gal who said that her mom was a school teacher, and she was in the last hurricane and flooding in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and she lost everything. And the girl asked me if she wanted to buy, I think, 6 of the puzzles, could I do better on the price? So I tallied them up, and I think totally I had $70 worth in my value for sale. And I said, well, I would do half price. And then I figured out they would all fit. I think it was in a medium flat rate box, and I gave her a price on the shipping, and she was thrilled to death. And I still made money because these Play School puzzles only cost me 25 cents a piece. So, my total cost on the puzzles was what, $2 or $3, whatever it is. And I still made money because I ended up getting $35, I think, for the puzzles. And then I had some about $20 in shipping, something like that, because they're heavy. I put them in a large flat rate box. But, I was able to help somebody out, and I still made a few dollars, even though I cut my price, in half. I was glad to help, and hope it was legit. You don't know, but, I got a great thank you from her, and, sounded on the up and up.
So I got to imagine anyone who takes the time to come back and thank you.
Yeah.
If somebody truly is scamming you, and it rarely happens, but if they are, or feeding you a line of BS.
Yeah. I mean, I
come back to thank you. They really don't. They got what they want. They're off and running. So.
Yeah, and she said, I wish I could see my mom's face when she opens up, because I'm sure there'll be tears of joy.
There's way too much story if they were pulling your leg.
I know, that's what I thought too. Old staplers, keep your eye out for these. I paid 50 cents for that baby, and the box had ink written all over it and everything. But look, I still got my asking price of $17.99. So, can you see all the ink on the top of the box, Jason? There's ink all over it. But they still went for it. So that was good. I was a little leery because the box wasn't in great shape, but they didn't care. Be on the lookout for these, gang. I have every one I have found, I have sold. and they're just the vintage thermoses. Usually, usually it was used for coffee. The guys used to have those for their coffee, and I've sold that one for $20. So they always sell. And I paid $2 for that one. So you know me, I never paid too much for anything.
Yeah.
Ended up selling another of the Disney figurines. I think I have 2 left out of the, what did I have, about 10 or 12 when we first started. So, another one, I sold it for 31. She wrote me a nice note, said, could I do better? I was glad to oblige. And like I said, those originally all cost me $3.33 a piece. So, still decent money. And then I think these 2 Moo-Moos that I sold, it came from the offer came from the same lady. She bought 2, and I just previously purchased those, if you guys remember, just a couple of weeks ago for $5 each. So $62 for a $10 investment, definitely worth it. So those always work. I know people probably get tired of us. Oh, yeah. Yeah, my Triceratops costume did sell. I was hoping it would, because it's so big and bulky that I didn't want to have it hanging around here. And I thought Dad did a pretty good job of trying to get, the gist of how that would look. But yes, it sold, and she was thrilled to death. And, and that one cost us only $5. That's why I bought the thing, because those are very expensive costumes. It's really heavy and well made. So,
all right, tell your photographer, get the lamp out of the picture.
I know. I yelled at him, and he says, "Well, I don't know how to get closer." I said, "So maybe you need to give your father a little instruction."
Back the lamp up.
I know.
And when you're doing something this big, get rid of the backboard. It does has no function other than it's kind of annoying.
I agree, and sometimes he leaves it in there, and I don't know
why. Wall. But yeah, back that lamp up.
Yeah. Okay.
All you have to do is back it up maybe 10 inches. It'll be out.
Right. You got the picture. I know.
Yeah.
I know. Did I have anything else?
You crack that whip on your photographer. He's slacking a little bit.
He is, but he's had a rough go lately, so I can't.
I know.
I can't come down on him too hard.
All right. So for those of you who are new, we show Mom's scores from the week, and now we're going to show her and Dad garage sale every weekend in the mornings. And so she's going to show now the cool stuff she found that you'll probably see on the scores of next week. The way things are going.
I was in Birmingham and Atlanta a week ago visiting my kid's sister, and my other sister and I went down, and we had a good time. And of course I said to my sister, okay, I have to hit some thrift stores, so I have to bring home some things from down south. So I actually had some pretty good luck. These have always sold well for me, and I haven't got any listed lately. But those of you who know Guy Harvey, he's known for his fishing.
Nice.
And his
show the pocket so you can see the logo.
Yeah, in fact, let me get this up so I can see my camera better. Let me get my suit. Okay, so there is the pocket.
So keep your eyes open for that logo. It's a great brand. You can always sell it. You're not retiring, but they don't sit around for too long.
Right, and these were only $1 a piece, so you can't go
especially
wrong.
At that price.
I know. As soon as I saw those, and their prices, I noticed down there were a little bit cheaper than by me, so that was kind of nice to see. Scrubs, you guys, I found a Halloween one, which Dad has already got upstairs, but I found 5 scrubs, and again, $1 a piece on the scrubs. I found normally they're $2, $3 here, sometimes $5. I won't pay $5 for scrubs. I usually like $2 and under, and I sell my scrubs between 10 and 15. I don't go all that high. I know some people sell theirs for more, but I move mine quickly, and that's always good. Again, we always talk about Nick and Nora on the pajamas. I just found just the jacket or the top. Remember, you can sell tops and bottoms. I mean, people are looking for these separately. So this was a cute one with the champagne on it and like a New Year's Eve thing. So this is just the top. And then this is a Nick and Nora nightgown. Can you see it's Christmassy? So I'll be getting that up very quickly as well.
Yeah, if you watch Thrifty Business with Jay and A, one of my earlier tips was keep your eyes open throughout the store, because I found that nightgown once, and then in another store or later that same store, I think I found the robe. So I put the two together, the matching robe.
I've done that too. It does happen. So sometimes you get lucky. Now these, Jason, have you ever heard of the brand King Size?
Yeah, it's a big boys, big and tall. It's kind of more on the generic side.
Yeah.
EXL is more
I bought
side.
these because they're just big, and I thought, well, no, actually Dad found these for $2.
Swim trunks?
Swim trunks. They're 3XL.
Nice.
And they look like they're brand new, you know? So,
yeah, I would have picked up those too.
Yeah, so for that, for
King
the size,
so as a heads up for people listening, king
Mhm.
size shirt quality, although I have some, they're okay, but they're just not, you know, it's for the big fella who either doesn't want to spend money or doesn't care about fashion for the most part.
Right, right.
So they're not bad, but they're just not all that expensive.
Okay, then as I was looking at the racks that were just coming out from the back, don't forget everybody, you got to watch them when they're wheeling out the new products. On
New
that
stuff's
rack,
coming out! Wow! And then run and go get it.
On that rack were 3 of these Lily skirts.
Wow.
I know, and they were $2.99, Jay.
Where was that at?
Down in Birmingham.
Jeez,
I know.
$3 a skirt for a Lily?
$3 a skirt for a Lily. So I got 3 of those.
Pay attention, Birmingham. Make sure you're looking out.
I know. And they're just adorable. They're all the same size, so they probably came from the same person, you know. But then I happened to look on another rack it went to another store, but the rack was already out, and here was a pair of Lily slacks. I wish they were my size. I know. So I hit
awesome.
I hit it with the Lily stuff. So that was really good. Okay. And then I've heard this, I think, from Nadine as well. And I think a couple of the other guests that you've had on. That one might even be Vicky. To watch out for baby blankets, but this is a baby Afghan. I just thought the colors were gorgeous on this. I paid $3 for this, you guys. You know, and I'm probably going to put this up for $30, maybe more.
Pastel chevron?
Pastel, yeah. So, you know, Afghans, I have sold Afghans in the past, everybody. I don't pay more than $5 for them, and they are selling between $25 and $30. So Afghans are always granny Afghans. If you know what the granny ones are, they're with the black background and all the different colors. So if if you do come across any Afghans that are in great shape, $5 or less, I would say definitely pick those up. Okay, I've sold this brand before on coffee mugs. You can see these nautical pictures.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce this. It's from West Germany.
Wasserbach.
Wasserbach. Yeah.
Wasserbach.
And this sells for me because I've sold a few of them before.
Yeah, they make good quality stuff, but that nautical theme, that's awesome. If we need a coffee mug, we don't. If we need a coffee mugs, I would say send them over. But
send them over. Okay, they cost me a whole 25 cents each. You know how that goes, honey. Mommy, you know.
And I would list it as a set too.
Would you? Yeah, I was debating on that, so I will.
It's a good set together for the couple who just moved to the Florida Keys.
Yeah, there's a Moulin Rouge.
Nice.
So I thought that, it was only 50 cents on that one, and I like their label. And then I haven't been able to. It's also on the bottom. It's on the handle. I can't quite make out that word yet, so I'm going to have to work on that.
I posted in the thrifting board, and somebody will know in 2 seconds.
Right, and then I got to buy that magic eraser. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Try and get that. Can you see that gold ink on there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll take it off or not, but I looked up that name, that Chalur. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it.
Well,
these mugs.
You also could try this.
What do you think, on?
You also could try the nail polish remover too.
Oh, that's right. Dad has done that in the past.
But I would keep it. I wouldn't just dump it on. I would keep it concentrated on like a Q-tip or a rag, and just work on the spot you want off.
All right, we'll do. Garage sale yesterday, and I know they're not selling as well, but you can't pass them up for 33 cents a piece. These are 3 Starbucks mugs.
Oh yeah, for $1 for all 3.
Yeah, $1 for 3. You know, so she had 50 cents a piece on them. I said, "You take $1 for all 3." She said, "Yes." So I had to do that. Now, has anyone out there ever heard of this make of a teddy bear? It's Dakin, Dakin, I believe. They seem to get pretty good prices for these little guys. And he was. Here's another laugh for the day. When I first looked at the tag real quick, I thought it said $50, and I said, "Whoa, what kind of teddy bear is that?" Then when I went back and rechecked it, it was 50 cents. And they're selling these are selling for around $20. And I know you say don't buy teddy bears much, but the brand name is what caught my eye on that. Okay. All right. Now.
And don't forget, before at the end of this, stay tuned for a story that my mom did. It'll make you laugh to you. If you got to pee, I'd go pee right now because you will pee your pants.
Okay.
See?
I got a great 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 of the Dr. Seuss's books. They are in gorgeous condition. They were 50 cents a piece. And I think I'm going to group them and put them up for around $45 because, his books sell well. And these are like brand new, So that was Dr. Seuss's stuff.
Nice.
Okay. Then, Jace, I found this for 10 cents. Don't know if it's worth anything. I haven't had a chance to look it up.
That.
You want it? All right.
That is cool.
Just
That's a comic book.
All right, then Mom will say that for you. Now,
but I'll look real quick. If it's worth $1,000, then you can sell it.
Oh, well, you know. Now, I'm not going to take these all out, but I have 2 boxfuls of CDs.
Get out!
Get out. I mean, loaded. Just loaded. And just to give you a quick idea.
Yeah,
all right, let me show you a couple. You let me know if I've got anything good.
Right, I think I saw Roger Waters. Did I?
You might have. I don't know. Oh, whoops.
Mount the Hoople. All right. Yeah, I like it. Okay.
Okay. Salt and pepper.
Probably be something we'll use to trade in locally.
Very obscure names here that I did not know.
Yeah, Lifehouse had a huge hit. You'll know it.
Okay.
Zeppelin 2. That's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go back to the stack you originally showed. Is there Roger Waters on top?
Oh, I don't think so, honey. I don't know.
Yeah, it's right there. You're holding it.
Oh, well, it doesn't.
Isn't it Roger Waters? What's it say?
Oh yeah, down below it does. So who's?
Jeez, see, I could tell for that split second, and you're like, nope.
So who's Roger Waters?
Lead singer of Pink Floyd. Come on.
Oh, honey, I don't know that. Oh, these aren't anything. But anyways, as I started shuffling through them, here's another Led Zeppelin. Did anything?
Nice. We probably group these together. No, that's fine. Hey, real quick, Robert has a question in the chat. Thanks, Robert. Do you ship stuffed animals in boxes or bags? It kind of depends. If it's small and there's nothing breakable like electronics and it's squishy, I'll throw it right in a poly mailer. If it's big, I recently shipped a 6-foot plush lion. I had to get that in a box. That'd be a little tricky in just a bit. So it depends. Now, if you sell a $200 plush and it's small, I probably wouldn't throw a $200 plush in a poly mailer. I throw that in a box. But if it's a $12 plush, yeah, throw it in a poly mailer. It'll be fine. Yeah, Plushes, they squish down and they come back up too.
Yep. Especially, when it's a good brand. I mean, you buy the cheapies that you get from the fair, forget it, that they won't bounce back. Jason, is there anything you know?
Yeah, it's Led Zeppelin. The biggest Led Zeppelin ever. That has Stairway to Heaven on it.
Oh, okay. What's this group?
I have no idea. Liquid? Let me see the back of it. I have no idea.
Okay. Well, anyways, so I have 2 boxes. I mean, overflowing, $1 a box.
What? Why have been charged? $1 a box?
$1 a box. She had 3 boxes, and the other one was all mainly country, so I just pushed that one aside. And
but for $1? Why? Don't push it aside.
Yeah, if I get through all these, it'll be a miracle. Okay, now
take your scanner and you scan one night, and so that box of country might have had a $1,000 CD in it. $1.
It might have. It might have. You never know. Maybe I blew it. Okay. I'm not going to show you all, but we hit the mother load for Department 56.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we have 23 pieces here that I spent $125 on. So it averages out to around $5 an item. Just to give you an idea, this one here. Okay. Oh, wait, no. This one here, I actually left one out so you could see it in person. All the rest of them I've kept in the boxes. This one's going. Whoops.
Okay, you're going over the other way.
Okay.
Get out of here. That was $5?
$5.
Holy cow, is that awesome.
Yeah. So that's that one. I mean, I'm so tempted to keep some myself, but they're just, Oh
my God. Yeah, that one was amazing.
All right, hold on.
So was that one in the box, Ma?
Yes, every one was in their original box. Every piece I have here.
So that on a low minimum is about $60, upwards of 100.
Yeah. And then there's this guy.
Definitely do a video of that thing moving around.
Okay, we can still do the videos then? We're allowed to do the videos with no problem?
Yes.
Okay.
Videos will be fine come next year. So everyone that's worried about videos, stop.
All right.
Keep doing your videos.
Because this one also goes around in circles. They twirl like the teacups, at Disney.
Man, I gotta come home and go garage sale. This is amazing.
Oh, honey, we couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. So and the lights light up, the little orange lights light up here.
I'm blown away right now.
Yeah. There's a lot of good stuff here. Then if I get into the winter ones, you know,
nice.
And some of the other, there's a couple of big pieces in here worth around between around $70-$75 on the Disney ones. I mean, on the Dickens ones. There's a lot of Dickens here. This is Ebenezer Scrooge's. Whoops, sorry.
That was a good shot.
Yeah, you like that? I mean, I've got the little old lady that had all of the Dickens stuff. She wanted 125, and I offered her $100, and she took it. and like I say, because they're in their original packaging, it'll be so easy to ship. You know, I mean, they're, you know, what more do I have to do than that? But there, like I say, I've got 17 Christmas ones, and I think we had 5 Halloween ones. And then she threw these in. These are just separate little pieces that they purchased. You know, that I think I'm probably going to group these together. There's 3 of them. This is actually a Christmas ornament.
Oh, geez.
So I'm just going, yeah, so I'm just, yeah, she kind of just threw those into me. Oh, this is another nice piece that we found. Let me reach it. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Okay. You know what this is, Jace?
A lamp?
I know. Do you know the name
of
it? Oh, my God, I know something my son doesn't know.
Most definitely before my time. Hey,
yeah, it's an antique.
Wait for it. Wait for it. You ready?
What?
Enlighten me. Oh, I'll be here all week. Okay. Thank you very much.
This is called a tulip lamp, okay, because of the look of the shade. And it's an antique. It's probably, I'm guessing 30s, 40s, you know, somewhere in that vicinity. But she only had $3 on it. And this, I almost elbowed your father in front of her because he didn't even make an offer. She would have sold it for $2, I'm sure. But this is worth about $40. Yeah. So, you know, even at the $3, I think that's why, you know, Dad got so excited like I do now and then. And because he said $3. I said, yeah, I knew that was a good buy right from the beginning. Okay.
Hey, Stace, if you're listening, can you bring me up those shoes that are sitting on my downstairs table? Thank you.
Okay. All right. I'm going to have to get up to show you one more thing. Hold on. I'm going to try. Wait a minute. Okay. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back.
Oh, geez, she's leaving us.
Oh, I know. I got to bring this one over because you're going to be jealous, Jason.
Okay, Noisy.
I know. I'm trying to get my plug back in here. Hold on.
Why'd you unplug it?
Because I wanted to put this back in so I could walk over and get the other piece. Oh, my God. Sorry, everybody.
All right.
Ooh.
Just go get it.
All right.
Start banging my head here. Just go get it.
Just a minute. Okay. Move that out of the way. All right, can you see it?
Well, oh, the surfboard?
Another surfboard.
All right, yeah, so back up a little bit. Oops.
No, I can't do much more.
See, this is where you should have taken a picture, Ma.
Oh, sorry.
So let me ask you a question. If you bought a car today, would you drive it into your office?
Why not? No, actually, it's a pretty good one. I never sell these. These are keepers at my house because we use them to decorate all over the place. But the last time I found one, I think we paid $1, right, Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this one was just a tad more. This was $3.
Jeez, let's see the other side of it. Is there anything on the other side?
Yes. Wait a minute. Let me show you. Yeah, the logo's there again. Okay. And this one that none of my other surfboards have. Let me get the other end up here. Actually has the the strap that to keep your when you're out there surfing. And flip this around. And yeah, so it's all intact for $3. I do need a little bit of a cleaning, but I will get to it. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's about it. Like I said, I've got tons and tons of the Department 56, so I'll keep you posted, everybody, on how I do on my sales with those.
All right. So before we tell a story that'll make you pee your pants, let me tell you what's coming up, because we got a couple good things coming up.
Yes.
Lynn Hudzak is asking who surfs on a lake. People who don't live near the ocean, Lynn. I have friends who surf on Lake Michigan.
Yeah, but I did ask her. I said, where did the surfboard come from? She said it came up from Florida.
All right, so the next two shows tomorrow night's a big one. Sunday. Yeah. It is the Thrift Hall Throwdown #2. If you didn't watch the first one, go back. It's pretty epic. So what we do is we have two contestants. I was on the first show since it's my show. And we have categories like funkiest purse, oddest religious items. Why the hell did I buy this? Because how am I going to ship this bitch? Coolest gambling thing. So we're having part 2 tomorrow night. It is going to be at 9 o'clock on the East Coast, 6 o'clock on the West Coast, which is the West Coast. And here is the information in the thrifting board. It is Thrift Hall Throwdown #2. And there is our two contestants. It's Nick Bolo King Garces versus Texas Kingslayer Treasures. And she used to be Texas Don't F With Me Treasures, but now since she beat me the first one, she is the Kingslayer. But here are the categories for this go around. And so what happens is we're going to have 7 official voters tomorrow night. They will each show what they think is their coolest Disney item that they thrifted. And then the voters will vote. And the person with the most votes out of 7, because tomorrow night we're doing 7 official voters, wins the category. Whoever wins the most categories wins the game. And the loser has to give up one of their good items to the winner. Woo! So we made the stakes a little higher this time. I'll make people earn it. So that is tomorrow night. Then Tuesday, I'll be doing a thrift haul. I hit all 6 savers on Thursday because Thursdays is 25% off. I went out looking specifically for the cool stuff in the used Halloween section. I found tons of that, but tons of other good stuff. And I'm going to whet your appetite. I'm going to tease you with 2 things that's going to make you want to tune in and see the rest. First off, I found the most badass leather jacket I've ever seen at a thrift store in my life. Here it is. It is King Kong, and across the top, this is real leather. It's all embroidered. Across the top, it says, Beauty Killed the Beast. It is one of the most amazing jackets I have ever seen.
That is really something.
Wow. It was, you ready for this? It was $20.
Do you have any idea what you're going to put it up for yet?
No, I haven't found one yet. So that's one item, and we're going to show it again. And then the other item, you're looking for some funky shoes for Halloween. Boy, do I got them.
Oh, boy.
Look at the spikes on that. Even on the strap, too.
Don't let her rub your leg with that one.
Yeah. This is Alexandria G, and they sell for pretty good money. And I couldn't find any spike ones, so I actually went a little above what I would normally pay because I think I can get a nice, healthy return on these. So, but man, I filled my car. I was going out looking for a couple things, and I think of all my days ever thrifting, it was the day I bought the most fun, unique stuff. So these shoes, the King Kong jacket. I got tons of other cool stuff. So make sure to tune in. That'll be Tuesday morning on my YouTube channel. I don't have the time yet, but just keep your heads up for the post. So tomorrow night, Thrift Haul, Tuesday morning. Tomorrow night, Thrift Haul Throwdown, Tuesday morning, my Thrift Haul. All right. So let's tell a story, then we'll say goodbye to everybody.
Embarrass me.
We were having some audio technical difficulties before we started. And it's nothing that we do. It's just computer glitch, internal YouTube glitch. Who knows? We started hearing echoes. Excuse me. And then Mom's lips were way behind her voice. So she'd be like this. The voice, the lips are in front of the voice.
Yeah.
So, when you have a computer that's not working right, or your iPhone, one of the things they always tell you to do is shut it down, restart it. A lot of times that reset will fix things. Same thing when you're doing a live YouTube show. Leave the room being the video chat, and then re-enter. So I said, hey, Ma, leave the room and come back. And she stood up and walked out of the room. And I said, where are you going? You said leave the room. I go, do you think walking out of your office is going to fix our problems?
Yes, I did. Where is it?
Here's my block. Here's my head. Hey, the funny part of the story, it fixed the problem.
It did. See, I knew what I was doing all along.
What she should have done was closed out the window I send her a link to come into the show with me, close it out, re-click the link, come back in. It kind of refreshes it. The sound should have been correct then.
I started to go away, and then I said, "Oh, I think he wants me to close."
I went downstairs and told my wife, and she's like, "There's no way she did that."
Yes, she did.
Got up and walked away.
Oh, geez. Is there any other seniors out there that have done the same thing, or am I just all alone on that one? Oh dear.
Well, all right. So another great show. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Tune in tomorrow night. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we have 2 mystery categories tomorrow night.
Ooh, cool.
My neighbor thrifted something very cool out of a dumpster, and then I thrifted it out of the back of his pickup truck. So we're going to be using that tomorrow night. And I have an idea for a new thrift challenge for just, for anybody viewing that wants to hop in. I got an idea. So the way we'll do the mystery categories tomorrow night, we'll be using my thrifted item out of the back of my neighbor's truck. So tune in tomorrow night. It's going to be awesome. The contestants don't know what the mystery categories are. Nobody does at this moment. You will see how that works. So it should be a lot of fun. We had a blast on the first one.
Oh, we did.
If you go watch it, we thought it'd be best to have the whole audience vote, which is what I still want to do, but it got too complicated to keep it track of. So this time we're doing 7 official voters. They'll be down here at the bottom. Soon this fall, I've been told YouTube is getting the function to vote, like in the chat. So we can go back to the whole audience. It'll be much easier. But to keep track of it, it was nutty. So this show will move quicker because we got 7 voters. They're going to hold their paddle up. They're all in different voters. They both like Margaret. They both like Nick. So there's no shenanigans going on. So it'll be a ton of fun tomorrow night. So make sure you tune in. 9 o'clock on the East Coast, 6 o'clock on the West Coast. Do me a favor. Click the like button down here right beneath my mom's head. And if you've not subscribed, subscribe right over here. I'm almost at the 5,000 subscriber mark. So I'd love to have you follow me, and you'll know when I have a new show up.
And we probably will be tuning in again next weekend, more likely, right?
Yeah. Yep. And everyone, Mom still can't see the chat. So, everyone, 2 things. Begin the show. They loved your hair. Thank you. No one was talking about nothing but your hair. And everyone thought your story was great. Mic drop. Peg's the best. Mama knows best. Atta girl, Peg. You're the best, Peg.
Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it. Yes. I'm trying.
I wish I would have been recording when she got up and just left.
Well, I was giggling so hard, I thought it was going to pee my pants, really. I just couldn't. Then the light bulb kind of went off, but just a little bit too late.
Hey, where are you going?
You told me to leave the room. Well, there's your generation gap, everybody. What can I say?
All right.
Oh,
for selling past your expiration date, being thrifty over 50, I'm Jay.
I'm Peg. Thanks for tuning in.
And we're gone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.